We have finally reached one of the big roller coaster announcements for the 2026 season. And it is no surprise coming out of Six Flags over Texas. And they have what we've known for a while was going to be a Giga dive because Six Flags corporate said so. They gave, I don't understand why they did it, but they pretty much gave a whole list of a bunch of things that their parks were going to be getting in 2026. And this was one of them. So what we have here is a Giga dive, and we knew what it was going to be, but we didn't know the name and the actual stats and the layout.
Yeah.
But now here, we finally know all this, so we're going to go over this and kind of give our opinion about it and just go over the layout and that. So we have Tormenta Rampaging Run. That's an interesting name.
It's a cool name.
You like that name?
Yeah, I think it's cool. It has kind of like a bowl. It's themed like this. The logo is of a bowl.
Yeah,
so,
well, it's going to be in their Spanish section.
Right. Yeah. So it makes sense. I like the name. I think it's cool. So
I think a lot of people were afraid that it was going to be called like Toro or another like El Toro or something like that.
It makes sense that they didn't do that.
Well, no, of course. So, well, I don't know. Six Flags is known for naming the.
Well, yeah, that is true.
But so we have some stats right here, and basically it breaks, I think, 6 different records, and all of those records are pretty much just for dive coasters, because that's what we do these days. We just break records for specific roller coasters. Yeah. So we have 6 different world records.
Yeah, so we have the tallest dive coaster at 309 feet.
Now, okay. So this is a legit another Giga. I mean, it's a dive coaster, but it's another Giga coaster. So you've ridden every Giga in North America. Mm-hmm. So when this opens up, you will no longer have ridden every Giga in North America. Well, how do you feel about that? Are you upset about this?
Well, I got to go ride it, so then I could reclaim that.
Okay.
So tallest dive coaster is 309 feet. That's going to be interesting, having the dive coaster thing where you hang over the edge at 300 feet. Highest 95-degree beyond vertical drop. So the tallest beyond vertical drop.
So,
on a roller coaster.
Yeah, so it's 309 feet and has a beyond vertical drop. So of course,
so the drop itself is 285 feet, but no coaster has. I don't know what the current tallest beyond vertical drop is right now.
It might be Maverick at 105 feet.
Exactly.
I think.
Maybe Cannibal. I don't know, but either way, 285 foot beyond vertical drop. Fastest dive coaster at 87 miles an hour.
That's going to be fast.
That is going to be fast.
That's a fast roller coaster.
Highest Immelman inversion, 218 feet. So every dive coaster has the lift hill, the drop, and then an Immelman right after. This one is going to be no different, except it's going to be a lot taller than all the other Immelmans.
I mean, that's huge. 218 feet. I mean,
that's a big inversion.
Most roller coasters aren't 218 feet.
We also have the tallest vertical coaster loop at 179 feet, which is pretty impressive. And it is the longest dive coaster, of course, at 4,199 feet of track.
Which makes sense since it's so tall that just by default would probably be the tallest. I mean, the longest, whatever. But let's get into this layout. It's pretty simple. You go up the lift, hang over the edge. I don't know if it's going to be like a Val Raven type where it's a few seconds, or like a Griffin where it's like 20 seconds, it seems like, where you're hanging over forever.
Yeah, some are like 3 seconds, some are like 5, maybe 6. Like Yukon Striker, I think is like 5 that hangs you over longer. I'm assuming this would be one of the longer, like hang you over for 5 seconds or so.
You go down the beyond vertical drop straight into that record-breaking 218-foot Immelman.
Yeah, so I don't know how this would feel. It would probably feel like other Immelmans, just bigger, I guess. I don't know. After that, you go straight into a vertical loop, which isn't too common on dive coasters. I know Yukon has one, and there might be a couple others. But this is going to be a 179 foot tall vertical loop.
So your first 2 inversions are record-breaking inversions.
And then after that, you go into this weird. It's like pretty much another Immelman, except you don't dive down all the way. You go, and once you get to the top, you kind of stall out. You twist back, and you kind of stall out, and you go into your mid-course brake run. Yeah, this ride will have a mid-course brake run.
It's not a mini dive.
It is not a mini dive.
Everything's all about mini dives this day.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, 309 feet. This is no mini dive whatsoever.
Which, I mean, it probably, since it's so big, it probably has to have a mid-course. I know people aren't going to be happy about.
Well, it has to have one just for capacity alone.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the reason that they would have one.
Because people are going to be clamoring to ride this thing, and we'll get into that a little bit later.
But
so the mid-course, you drop.
Mm-hmm. Drop, and then you go into, guess what? Another Immelman. There's pretty much 3 Immelmans on this ride. This one, of course, a lot smaller than the other 2. So after that Immelman, you go into a cutback, which you do not see cutbacks on dive coasters. They're more of like an RMC thing, like Twisted Timbers has a cutback, but we're getting one on a dive coaster, so I'm sure that will be an interesting feeling, and that does count as an inversion.
Does it? Cutbacks count as inversions?
Pretty sure. And they're going to count it as an inversion because they want
most amount of inversions. So cutback, go up into like basically a turn into the brake run.
Mm-hmm.
Ride over. That's it.
It looks like a pretty long ride from the animation. I mean, obviously everything is just bigger, so it's going to take longer to go through all the elements. So it does look like it's going to be a little bit of a longer ride, but nothing too crazy. I think it's all a pretty standard-ish dive coaster layout with a couple.
It's just bigger.
Yeah, just bigger. There's gonna be a couple like the cutback, and that's interesting. But for the most part, it's gonna probably feel like most other dive coasters, except obviously way bigger.
So they're getting this Six Flags over Texas. And if you listen to anything that the current CEO for Six Flags, Richard Zimmerman, was saying about underpenetrated parks in very populated areas, this is in like the Dallas area. So it's a well-populated area, yet it's not getting the amount of people that some of the other parks are getting. So what they really said is they want to invest into those parks and get people from that area coming in. And what better than this? I mean, as enthusiasts, we're not going to be overly excited for something like this.
It's a Giga coaster. I think we will. I think once people ride it, I'm sure there'll be a lot of, it felt like a dive coaster. Like, I don't think this is going to be anybody's favorite coaster, but I think people are still going to be, enthusiasts are still going to be excited for it.
They're going to be excited, but this was built for the general public.
Which every coaster is.
Yeah, but this was built to impress people so they can market this in their area, and people are going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe this thing is so tall and you hang over the edge and that's crazy. Can't wait to get to the park and ride this. I mean, this thing can't be cheap. I mean, this is going to be like, I don't know, like 40 million? Like,
it's a big V&M coaster, and yeah, those are always going to be expensive.
Especially in today's climate with how much construction costs are. I mean, this probably is going to be a $40 million project, which is insane for a park like that isn't really known for having that much. Like, their best coaster is probly
New Texas Giant.
Oh, yeah, New Texas Giant.
Yeah, I mean, they have New Texas Giant, they have Titan, they have Mr. Freeze. This isn't some huge park. This isn't a flagship Six Flags park. It's not a smaller one either, but it's going to, I don't know, I think it's really going to put this park on the map for sure. Yeah,
especially with locals in the area. Mm-hmm. So, and that is what they want to do with this ride. So, anyway, that is it for this video. Just wanted to get this information about a brand new roller coaster coming for 2026, and it's already being built. So this definitely looks like it's going to be ready for hopefully the early part, maybe spring or something.
B&M also works extremely fast.
Yeah,
with building rides. Like,
they know what they're doing with these.
Yeah, you look one day and they'll put footers. The next day they're already testing. Like, they build really fast. So hopefully this ride will be open for actually when it's supposed to be open and not delayed a couple years like plenty of other Six Flags coasters have been.
Yeah. So anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you for coming and checking this out. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And a huge shout out to all our channel members. Thank you to everyone that you see on the screen right here for doing so much to help us out with this channel. And in return, they get things like exclusive videos, pictures, and of course, shout outs like you see right here. So that is it. Reporting about Tormenta Rampaging Run. That does not roll off the tongue. No. Tormenting, Rampaging Run.
It sounds cool, though.
It sounds cool. Just hard to say. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time right here on Beach Cliff Studios. That's much easier to say. See ya.